That must have been real hard.
Yeah, sick and, have very bad condition. And I also just, as you know, I just gone through my mom's situation. She went to ER and she had COVID just a couple of weeks ago and she could not even walk anymore. That's really impact me because to me, she's a very, very strong woman.
This is the Transparency Podcast Show from Long Beach, California, where we bring you life transformation stories, business, investment, personal development, entertainment, and more.
Welcome back to Transparency Podcast Show, Season 2. I'm your host, Shelbe Chang. As you can see, we have a new setup for Season 2, and this is all thanks to Solomon Daniels at Podcast Place in Long Beach. Yes. So I also have one of my close friends here, Tina, with us today. She's very supportive of me, business-wise and professional-wise. So today I was supposed to do a solo show, but since I never done a solo show before, I was nerve-wracking, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But she offered to be here with me, just, make me feel more comfortable, I guess.
Yeah, supportive, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. And talk about supportive, I also want to thank all the audience, listeners, YouTuber that have been watching our show, listening to our show. And it's really the main reason that making us to keep moving forward for this show. So if you guys have any comments, and you can go to those like Apple Podcasts or Google iHeart to make any kind of review that will really help us rank higher on the podcast show list. So Tina, today we're going to talk about post-transition life, which means, as a trans person, we kind of have different phases. And I will say 1, 2, 3. Number 1 will be kind of like discover ourselves, more like a closet cross-dressing, to see, to try clothes on, to try shoes on, heels on, makeup on. So I categorize that's phase 1. Phase 2 is more like, we start going outside, go to parties, get involved with the communities, but we still have our male life, part-time. Yeah. And a lot of people in the community, I realize that they are, they enjoy the first and second, but they kind of like worry about the third. The third is more like you really went full-time. That means living your life as a trans girl, as a woman, as a girl. And that's involved a lot of different kind of struggle, a lot of change, a lot of things need to adjust with family, with friends, with work. So today I want to share some of my own experience with everybody, and it's not try to lecture anyone. Just want to share with my own story, and hopefully anyone who's thinking about transition 1, 2, 3, and when they get to the third one, number 3, they have a better idea, because we usually, I'm sure you probably heard a lot of girls like, oh, I want to have a surgery. I want to have good job. I want to have this and that, right?
Right.
So they prepare for that. They plan for that, but they never really plan for, how am I going to live after, career-wise, work-wise, or even, we also did an episode about financial, because we are considered minority, and our finance is impact aligned to what we try to become, right? So I'm gonna share my experience, because I'm also one of them that I never planned to know how I'm gonna transition and do my work, because at that time I went full time and I had my ex-boyfriend at that time. So I was thinking, okay, I have a boyfriend, and I'll just go full time. And even though I got laid off at that time, I wasn't sad or anything. I was actually feel relief, because I can really evolve this life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I wasn't feeling anything bad, but But the thing is, I didn't also think about what should I do? Even if I'm with a guy, but I need to have plans, but I didn't have plan for anything. It was just like forever happiness, kind of like the story like that.
Right.
But of course, as many you probably know, it's not a happy ending like the story we heard when we were a child, like the princess saved the prince, the prince saved the princess. No, not like that. So
it doesn't always happen like that.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
So I went through a mess. So our title of the show today is From Mess to Message. The reason why I say that is because everyone went through something, even that doesn't have to be a trans person. Anyone living the life, they will go through up and downs, and when you are down, if you can live through it, and usually that's gonna be the one you keep forever within yourself, and then maybe one day, like right now, I was able to share with everyone about my experience, and maybe when they really hit that wall, and they will be able to prepare or pivot or know what to do. So my first when I got broke up, I didn't have any place to go. I went to a friend's house at first, but I still have to pay the rent.
Yeah, and then you didn't have
I don't
income,
have a job.
right?
Yeah, no income, no 9-to-5 job, nothing. So I drive Uber at that time, Lyft and Uber. And in order to make ends meet, how much ride I have to do a day. So that's a lot. So that's a hustle mentality. You need to, sometimes you need to know what you need to do. Sometimes you have no choice. Then you do what you have to do. Yeah. But, so I went through that period and gone through different kind of little side hustle here and there, and also do a caregiver, as I mentioned in previous, episodes. So I went through that, and it kind of wake me up because I was victimized myself, meaning, I feel heartbroken. I feel, in my mind, I'm blaming somebody as it's because this person's fault. That's why I end up like this. Or sometimes I'm thinking, what if I was still with that guy? What would be my life be today, right? So I'm in that mindset. I'm thinking, blaming is not my fault. It's always other people. And now I'm not in that position, that better life per se. Then I kind of just restrict myself, not looking for something better, right? Like I mentioned earlier, if I turn my mindset around thinking, okay, I've been through this, been through this hardship, what can I make out of it, right? Or if I think, okay, now I'm not with that guy, I'm single now. So what can I do when I'm single? What new people I can meet when I'm single? So those are positive, outcome if I think that way that time, but I didn't. So I've been through depression, for a while. So, and then COVID came. Before COVID came, I kind of already do something different because the caregiving people that I saw, they're suffering, they're
that must have been real hard.
Yeah, sick and have very bad condition. And I also just, as I just gone through my own my mom's situation. She went to ER and she had COVID just a couple of weeks ago, and she could not even walk anymore. That's really impact me because to me she's a very, very strong woman. She, we immigrant here. I don't speak English. Either my mom or my sister, but again, they have to do what they have to do to support a family. So she's been very strong. No English, just go find a job, or later on they open a restaurant, a Chinese fast food restaurant. So that's that's telling everyone, like a lot of immigrant families. They come here because they have a dream. They want to seeking opportunity. But at the same time, when they arrive here, they face a lot of different challenges. Language is the first one.
Oh, yeah.
And me too, because when I came here, still today, sometimes I feel the language barrier, like I'm doing the show right now. Sometimes I feel, I don't know if I can pull it off, or if I can, do my solo show. But that's the time when if you push it, that's the time when you grow, when you be uncomfortable and you can overcome things. So I think that's how my mom went through, and now seeing her like this, every reflect me that life is short, like, it reflect me again to see it sucks to be old, and life is short. If you really want to achieve something, you want to do something, you have to go for it today, not waiting for tomorrow or waiting for something to happen and then or waiting for somebody to come help you, because that's not going to happen. So,
right. Oh.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to point out is we have to change our mindset, because usually what we think is what we do, and it all starts from here. If you think negative, then your outcome will
and then
become
negative thinking gets you depressed, and
yeah, and a negative situation will follow you around. It's strange, but so we will have a guest. Her name is Amber in a couple of episodes, and she's personal coach. She teaches mindset. So I'm gonna just let her talk about mindset later in the show. So like back to COVID. When COVID hit, we went to lockdown, and I realized there's a lot of things I can do. I started reading books. I started reading a book called The Slightly Edge. What I talk about is you do things little by little every day, okay, and consistency, and then nonstop, and then it will eventually happen one day. So right now, for example, I actually read that and learn the pattern to do things. So now I have blogs for, let's say, real estate. I have about 230 blogs. I didn't achieve that in one day or 1 week or 1 month. I just post one each day.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday only. Okay, no weekends. And because I do it every day now, I have 230 some blogs. Okay, and podcasts too. If we just do it every day, every week we do a show, over time we'll have a lot of shows. So a lot of people, I think they got overwhelmed is because they think they have to achieve this tomorrow. Or
right
next
away.
month, next week. But it doesn't happen that way, because no matter how advanced technology is today, it's all come to the bottom, meaning the nature of things. If you like agriculture, farming, you plant this tree 10 years ago or 5 years ago. That's why you can see the tree today. If you're not doing that 5 years ago, you're not going to see this today, right? So it doesn't happen overnight. When we heard about success people or famous people, overnight success, it's because they've already put in the work when nobody's watching, when people are, pay attention to them. People only get aware of these people when they are famous, right? Or popular. So a lot of people take those, especially these days, people say the Facebook or Instagram, social media is not healthy for teenagers or kids. It's because they feel they're not enough, because they see, Tina is doing so well. When am I gonna get there? They probably try, and then probably try it for a month. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
So they give up, But I also came across a author, a entrepreneur. His name is Ed Milet. His new book is called Power of One More, meaning if you maybe try one more time, when you feel like, I cannot do it, I won't be able to achieve what Tina achieved. If you push it for one more, then the outcome will be different. Yeah, because it also can go back to the ancient. See, people mind goal, right? When you mind goal, you kind of make to deep down into the cave. And sometimes before you give up, it may be just next to 1 more inch,
yeah, it's right
1 more
there.
feet.
Right.
Just right there. Yeah. I heard about that recently on Robert Kiyosaki's YouTube, because he invests in mining gold, and they found a mining cave or some sort in Utah, and then these people found it because they keep digging 1 more, and then they say, previous somebody tried to do the same, but they were only 8 feet
Oh, they didn't
they didn't go far enough.
Oh, yeah.
Only 8 feet.
That's persistence, right?
Yes,
You have to be persistent to be successful.
Exactly. So, so back to my message is like, when we transition, after we transition, we're gonna hit a bump, we're gonna hit obstacles, roadblocks, and it will make you don't want to move forward. So my personal situation, my relationship is broke up is an obstacle, right? So, but I don't want to. I always want to do better because I feel my parents, moved here without knowing anyone, without speaking English, and they want us to be better, not want us to be worse. So my sister and I are very different. So she's more, I'll say right now usually people say book smart, but it's actually she's textbook smart because she does very well in school and I'm not. Okay. Mm-hmm. So traditionally, you're Asian too. I'm sure you heard out traditionally, if you're not doing so well in school, your mind was thinking you're not going to be doing well in society. Right. You don't make a lot of money. You're probably going to become a loser or a troublemaker, or end up in jail. But that's only because what people are telling you, but it's not true. And traditional education, which my sister's doing well, that's the way, that's her personality, so that's the way she can do. But for other people wants to try things or be better, traditional education is important, but you always have to keep learning. When I say she's textbook smart, I'm more street smart, and then I started reading books, so I'm a book smart too, but just not textbook. Because to me, especially in today's society, textbook or education. Just think about 4 years ago, we never heard about crypto or NFT, right? So 4 years later, we heard about these, and these is the thing. So let's say if someone went into a college major in, let's say, crypto, or something, or let's say right now they've popularized Web3. It's called Web3. So they want to study that because it's the hot thing right now. But since technology moves so fast, you study that 4 years later when you graduate, there's another new thing comes out. Your Web3 or crypto maybe not the hot thing anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have to keep improve ourselves. Just like me and you in real estate business. There's always law changing, even though it's slow, but I can see maybe after this I won't say crash, but this downside, when we come up to the other end, we probably have to have different change. Like maybe people are buying house with cryptocurrency. Have you heard of that? Right. Yeah, and then maybe smart contract with the blockchain technology, meaning there's no actual paper. It's all verified on the cloud. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm talking about this is to remind everyone that reading, improving our skill is important. Even Warren Buffett said, in order to fight inflation, it's improve our skill and then start a business. So that's the things that will stay with us. Knowledge. It doesn't matter if it's inflation or recession, is still here, right? So,
right.
Okay.
That's recession-proof knowledge.
Yes. So besides book, there's a lot of other opportunity like YouTube channels or any podcasts. So our goal here is to hopefully this podcast show is also one of the source for you to improve yourself, improve your skill, because we have different guests that are going to come in for this season. It's more focused on business, well-being, and also I'm going to give you a not sneak peek, but a introduction of what's coming. So my ex-girlfriend from high school, she's coming to the show.
That's going to be interesting.
So she might tell everyone something, make me embarrassed. I don't know. She will tell you a lot. Like the thing I say, I was shy. I was doesn't speak English. All that. She will agree with that. And the reason why I have her on the show is because we still stay in contact. She moved to Japan and still stay in contact, and we are now doing business together. New Skin. I'm sure if you follow me on social media, you heard about me promoting New Skin, and she want to come here and share her experience doing business without having a big chunk of startup money or capital. You can start business pretty much with zero money, or even doing podcasts is part of the starting a business. Mm-hmm. You can come here and look for Solomon. He will. Yes, because all these equipment is going to be expensive, but he's already have it for you. So you just have to show up. Show up is very important. So I want to thank everybody to support this show, and we will keep showing up for you. And hope you guys do the same. And hopefully this podcast show will make an impact in your life. Thank you. We'll be back next time.